Okay, well, let me start out by saying I'm a native of Omaha. Went to Creighton Prep, played in the golf team. I was a captain of the golf team for a couple of years. Went to the United States Naval Academy, played in the NCAA tournament in 1966 at Hiller and won at Shawnee on the Delaware. Played on the golf team for 3 years and lettered there. We beat Army only once, but we beat them once at the Naval Academy. I've been a member here since 1974. Been playing golf here in various tournaments since 1975 as a first year. One of the things that really makes Omaha Country Club unique is the topography, the different heights they're shooting at, and the greens have always been very challenging. A lot of slopes and nuances that cause a lot of people a lot of problems. And of course, we're out here in the country, so we are truly a country club. And I've had the opportunity to not only play in a lot of club championships here, but I qualified in the USGA Junior way back in the 60s out here. Qualified in the 1996 mid-amateur out here. And and played in actually all the state championships. Nebraska State Championships have been at the Omaha Country Club, so and to this date made all the cuts, which is good. So anyway, had a lot of history out here. Well, my memory isn't as good as some like Tom Olson's that you've talked regarding history, but I can certainly remember how we changed number one. Number one used to be a straightaway hole, and now it's a dog leg to the right. We've changed a number of greens over the years, added length over the years. Added bent grass to the fairways over the years, which we did, I don't know, seemed like yesterday, but it was probably 15 years ago. Had lost a lot of trees, but at the same time increased what I'd call the aesthetic beauty of the country club, better air movement, so actually the course is probably easier to keep in good shape. But really the uniqueness of the Omaha Country Club and what hasn't changed is the ups and downs. And people look at the scorecard and they go, oh, this is a short golf course. And it's not a short golf course because you're hitting into hills, and even though it may be short, if you don't hit it in the right place, it goes in the rough. And then on top of that, you have the slope of the greens, and that hasn't changed. And of course, back in 2007, we completed the renovation of the golf course, and as a result of that, we had the 2013 Senior Open, and everybody wants to play here because now we have traps that look like Colonial Country Club and Augusta, and our greens are as good as any around. And so, the history, the course has evolved, it's changed. We don't have the same number of trees we used to have, but I think with the combination of the rough and the traps, the entrances to the greens, and the slopes that we have, the course is actually tougher than it used to be. Well, hosting a USGA championship is quite an accomplishment, and especially for a club in the middle of the country in Omaha, Nebraska. So for the Omaha Country Club and the members, it was a testament to our commitment to excellence and a great recognition of the uniqueness of this golf course, because I think if you talk to the pros that were here, depending upon who you talk to, it was very unique for them. Tough to walk. The rough was tough. The greens were challenging. But it gave us all a sense of pride, the members, that we were able to host this championship, and actually the hosting of the championship turned out to be the most successful that USGA's ever had for a Senior Open championship at the time. Can't comment on since then, but most corporate sponsors of anyone in the United States was handled through Omaha, and a lot of those people are members of the Omaha Country Club. Ticket sales were the best. They had been. Attendance was one of the best. Merchandise sales were one of the best, and frankly, other than Kenny Perry, we didn't have a lot of people that tore this course apart. So it stood the test of time. The course did, made the members feel proud of the fact that we've got a special course, and you know, we're just glad to be a part of the Omaha Country Club. Well, my guess is you'd get two answers relative to people who step on this course the first time. They'd look at the scorecard and they go, well, this can't be that difficult. And then when they're finished, they're going, this is a lot more difficult than I thought it would be. The course is aesthetically pleasing. The topography makes it unique, and it presents a lot of challenges that I don't believe on a regular basis people that play golf in Nebraska face. Trees, rough, rolling greens, and sand traps that are well taken care of, but they're strategically placed. So I believe you get two views. One is, well, this can't be too difficult, and the other view is, this is a lot more difficult than I thought it would be. We talked to Tom, so I'm going to say a couple things. First of all, since 1971, which including this year would be 46 years, well, 45 years prior to this one, because it isn't over yet, 45 years of championships. I had the good fortune to win it 15 times now, Tom 13 times, and Patrick Duffy 10. So 38 out of 44 times, 3 people have won the club championship. I won my first club championship in 1975. I won my last club championship in 2015 for the 15th time. It was 69, and I hadn't won it since 1999. So what was it like? It was one of those dreams come true that when you're a competitor, you always want to keep playing, and you want to show that you can keep playing, and I was able to do that last year. And I'm proud that I was able to, proud and humbled actually, that I was able to accomplish that. And we've got a lot of great golfers out here. I mentioned Tom Olson, won I think 3 state amateur tournaments at least. Patrick Duffy, who's one of the best golfers in the state and qualified for various USGA events. Tom Kelly's done the same thing. Steve Redlin, Mike Root, and others. So I mean, it's nice to be included in the discussion with that level of competition. Well, if you're a competitor in any sport, you want to play against the best. So for me, I've had an opportunity over the years to play against a lot of very good golfers, and it brings out the best in you for a number of ways. It's great to be able to win, but when you lose, you have to be able to lose with humility and graciousness. And nobody likes to lose, but that happens in golf. But anyway, it's always a challenge to play individuals that are very good, and it's a unique challenge, and it's fun because if you play in competition and you do well, you want to be able to say that you played with and against the best. So we have a number of very good golfers out here, and it's quite an accomplishment to be able to say that periodically I've been able to win the club championship. I think probably last year sticks out pretty significantly for me, just because I wanted to keep competing, but I would have to admit that I didn't think in my wildest dreams that I'd win the club championship, and I beat some pretty good golfers to get there. But really, probably the most memories I have is the competition. Actually, there's 2 memories. I've never beaten Patrick Duffy, and the other one is Tom Olson and I had a lot of competitive and yet friendly battles, and he keeps way better records than I do, and so I won't have this quite right, but at one point in time I remember him telling me we played like 20 or 21 times. Maybe he probably told you, and it was either 50-50 or one of us had won 11 and the other one won 10. So and I always remember every time after we finished, win or lose, we'd come in and sit in here and have some refreshments and talk about, the competition, and those are great memories that I'll always cherish.
So,
91.
yeah.
Okay, so I played. This will be the fourth one. 79, 91, 2005, and this year. So yeah, 79. I remember I ended up 2 over par, and I think I was 9th. And in 2005, I can remember that I was, at the time, I was 59, which I thought was a heck of an accomplishment. And I not only did I make the cut, but I finished like, I don't know, 29th or 30th out of the field, which I was pretty pleased with. But what we found over the years here, so we'll see what happens this year, is that in general, the scores here, winning scores are higher than you find them at other places. And I believe that's a testament to the strength of this golf course, and shows you don't have to have the longest golf course in the United States to have it be challenging. So we'll see what happens this year. A lot of great golfers here in the state of Nebraska. So, but the biggest, I think, thing that makes me and maybe the members feel good is this course has withstood the best golfers and shown that it's not a cupcake.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be a very good putter, and you're going to also have to keep the ball in the fairway. So the person who keeps the ball in the fairway the best, and of course this probably happens everywhere, but here in particular, because you can hit the ball a long way, but if it's not in the fairway, you're going to have a tough time putting it on the green in the right place, which means you're going to have a real challenge. So fairways and greens, not length necessarily, will be the decision maker for who wins this. And I the only thing I can remember in 2005 before we did the course, the winning score was 9 over par. I'd like to think that it's going to be equally as tough this year, but maybe the quality of golfer has improved a little bit, but I'd be surprised if there's a handful of people at par or better in this tournament. And so it'd be like playing a U.S. Open. Stay close to par if you're one of the better golfers, and you'll be right in it.